Hold your head up, it's kasi sa spigile. The time is now today. Kuzoba mnandi, the feeling's getting stronger. The world is yours to play. It's the
100% talk for 100% real people. Sanibonani, hello, Halloween. Etekwini and KZN, how are you doing? Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you so much for coming once again to get 100% talk, because you are 100% real people. My name is always Tembe Kasilani. Welcome once again to another episode of the best talk show in the land. Yes, that is the 100% talk show, where we always have guests that are absolutely amazing, and I'm sure you are going to love our guest for today. But before we get there, we do have sponsors that help us bring the show to you. So we just want to give a huge shout out to them and thank them very much, and you will be seeing them again in the new year. Now, our guest for today, they call her the bug doctor. She is an incredible doctor. I'm just going to what kind of a doctor she is. Without further ado, please help me welcome Ntokozo Mzimela. Hello, Dr. Ntokozo.
Hi, Tandega.
How are you?
Good, and you?
I'm good. Thank you very much. Before sifike nje kona le history yakho, awuchazele nje ukuthi udokotela ekuthiwa yini. Angifuni ukuze ngize feedback.
Okay, I'm called a pathologist in microbiology, but what this essentially means,
yes,
I am a medical doctor, but I chose a specialty in microbiology.
Right.
So like a doctor, you can be a cardiologist because you love the heart, neurologist because you love the brain. I love bacteria.
we all have our labs. Yes, we all have our labs.
So I specialize in the bed bugs. Let me just put it like that to make it.
But singafi bugs again. Oh, Bani Ntokozo. Girl, take us back to even just to that little girl who had the love of becoming a doctor.
Can you say I grew up in Lundi,
ago. Yes. So the story comes.
Years ago, yeah. So, but yeah, I always loved being a doctor. One of those girls. I'm the doctor. Okay. Because I love people. I love helping people. I think that's how my life got channeled. I started working in 2006, but then
and you were a doctor now?
I was a medical doctor. So I qualified 2005. When I qualified, I think my first love then was mental health. I had a fascination of gynecology. So I worked there for like 3 years in labor ward. But what put me off was the hours, because babies come anytime. But then when I started private practice, I got into HIV programs. Then I thought, because in NGOs you reach your ceiling very quickly. So I thought, like, why not specialize and, just move higher up and make a bigger difference in terms of health system in South Africa? Because I could see there are gaps, especially in infectious diseases. So I thought, let me get a specialty that will give me that skills to make a difference in infectious diseases. Then initially, I was in love with sexually transmitted infections. Yeah, that's how I got to microbiology, because microbiology is diagnosis of infections.
Also, you also inform not preventative. Well, do you also inform preventative measures as well as medicinal measures, or like
yes, I would say in terms
it?
of preventing outbreaks. I'll make an example like COVID.
Okay.
I guess for COVID, it's a disease that spreads quickly. So my role will be to prevent the spread as a microbiologist. So meaning infection control, I do come in as well, which I must diagnose with, okay, this one is covered, who was around here, test them, put your mask, isolate, our role becomes that. So in hospitals, we manage outbreaks to make sure that if someone comes with an organism that's resistant to all antibiotics, I make sure they don't infect other patients in the ward. And
so, Doc, in the plethora of bugs that are out there, can you tell us some of them, because they've got very interesting names?
Quite many of them, but when we group them in families.
Oh, okay.
So maybe there will be like a family of staphylococcus. That's on your skin. Most of those are on your skin. But
those are families of bugs?
There's a family of staphylococcus. So I always say they have name and surname, like there's Staphylococcus aureus, there's Staphylococcus schleifneri, there's Staphylococcus hemolyticus. But they all cause different infections, and then like the ones you get in the hospital, you hardly hear about, like Acinetobacter baumannii, Stenotrophomonas, Falsophilia. So there's quite a lot.
Yeah.
But sometimes doctors won't know. They just say an organism and name, they don't know if it really causes infection or something in the environment. Because remember, we have organisms in the environment, we have organisms on your skin, in your body. So not seeing a bug doesn't mean it's bad.
Right. So how many bugs are amongst us right now?
Not. I mean, from your bowel, gazillions, mouth, a lot.
Here you are. Let's say I have a disease of some sort, right? And then I touch you, and then obviously I'll leave some bugs on there, right? But don't you have like bugs that come and attack those other bugs? Like,
I'll say it's that what is called immunity.
Oh, okay, so it's immunity.
Immunity is when your body recognizes it. I've seen this one before. If the body has not seen it, it needs to build your immune system. So yeah, you are right. Some of those bacteria, they act as parts of a barrier to prevent those organisms from getting into your body. That's why we always say in your bowel, you need the good bacteria because it keeps your thing healthy. So it fights some of the bad organisms.
Right. And so what is COVID-19? I don't know if this is if I'm asking this question correctly, but I think as a layperson who's on the streets trying to put on a mask and sanitize their hands, what is COVID-19?
COVID-19, I'll say it's a virus. So as I said, as much as there are bugs, there are different bugs. So there's bacteria, there's viruses, there's fungi, different ones.
Okay.
But the most hectic ones are the viruses. They are the most aggressive ones. And why they're so aggressive? Because they are smaller than the bacteria, number one. Number two.
So what they won't be able to detect?
They are more, how can I call it? I call them terrorists. It's like they always think of ways to overcome, to destroy.
Okay.
So they're not like your bacteria. Bacteria needs to give antibiotics and it's gone. But with viruses, there are very few viruses with antivirals that you can kill. Because viruses are smart. When they get into your body, they link into your gene. They become, so if I kill the virus, I kill you. Very smart. They change their genes quite rapidly as well. So that's why we're having so much challenge with the COVID-19.
Right.
Yeah, because it's from the coronavirus family, but in that family they gave birth to the one that's more, it's like a delinquent, the more delinquent child.
Sure. And so if there are other coronaviruses, so those are less dangerous?
They're less dangerous. Meaning over the years, the coronavirus, they've picked with, if I enter your body, if I more here and here, you get sick, and then it will capitalize on that. That's how viruses act. They learn. That's why even with HIV, same struggle.
Right.
That's why we struggle so much, because HIV evolves daily.
Sure. Branching off a little bit, we're going to come back. So ARV, so what do? Do they just manage the virus?
Stop the replication, the spreading of the virus. So there's a life cycle of a virus. So the drugs will act at different points so that it doesn't multiply further.
So it's still there. Obviously, they always say that HIV virus is always
but
there.
It's just that it's in minimum amounts. But when the virus gets clever, where they usually bind, it will change its shape. Then it can't bind. Then it will continue multiply.
And then it will be able to pick up another shape though. And be able to bind onto another thing.
Yeah, then you need another class now to more certain areas again.
What do you foresee the future to be? Because they're saying that they're working on a vaccine. Yeah. So is it even possible to do that?
Yeah, for most viruses,
okay,
we've managed to control them. So viruses are not something that's new. We've had them for a long time. But most of them, things like measles, that's why there's a schedule for children, because over the years they figured, okay, with viruses you must prevent it, because you can't cure it.
Sure.
So rather I prevent you from getting it, because if you get it, I can't treat you. So it depends on your immune system. If your immune system can handle, you survive it. If your immune system can't handle, you will die for it.
Sure.
So the trick with viruses is prevention, but unfortunately it takes years to come up to that vaccine. Yeah. So with COVID, they're trying to bypass certain stages of vaccine development. But okay, we're hopeful. It looks like we are winning. But I think with COVID, the only trick is vaccines, like they did with influenza. It means you get the infection, but it won't be severe, because your body is seeing it for the second time. So your vaccine is like mimicking.
It makes
the
your
virus
body cleverer, pretty much.
And then your body will create immune cells. So when you get the actual disease now, your body's saying, I've seen it before.
Right.
It can cure it.
Okay. And the vaccine itself, where does it stay? It just stays in your bloodstream?
No, a vaccine is more like you are mimicking the virus. So I'm giving you the virus, but I'm giving you a weaker virus.
Right. So that your body
can see, this is COVID, and then it builds the immune cells. And then the second time now when you get the actual infection, and then your body will clear it quicker. Because it takes about 2 weeks for your body to build strong cells.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we're buying time. Because if your immune system is weak, 2 weeks is too long. But if you've had a vaccine, the production is immediate.
So if I was to take a vaccine now and I only contract COVID 20 years from now?
Yeah, but it depends on the type of vaccine. So if it's those vaccines that build long-term immunity, it will in 2 years recognize it and produce your cells immediately.
Oh, okay. And then the other vaccines that don't produce long-term?
Yeah, there are some that over the years they win, then try you need a booster, like a hepatitis. Right. After 5 years, you need a booster.
Like outside of COVID, washing your hands and keeping good hygiene, does it really make you healthier?
You do get contaminated because you remember things like your cholera, they would tell you to wash your hands and we just had a recent outbreak of listeria, I remember.
Yeah.
But if you notice, most people didn't get flu this year.
And any new bugs you've discovered?
No, see?
No.
I haven't.
But is it possible though?
Yeah, they are, because they are bacteria that are named after people. I can't remember one off the top of my head. Yeah, also you find that someone found that organism and it was named after
What would it be named if you found it?
Our name is also
then Ntokozo. And so the theory, the conspiracy theory was that it was in summer COVID will be gone. The heat is going to burn it and it's going to be gone. Is that a correct assumption?
I would say it's with COVID for now it's difficult. So I can say we can conclude after summer that because it's a new thing. So we only know when we've been through the summer and we calculate the number of cases we had in summer in comparison with ones in having winter.
So do you foresee there was a future where, I know you said obviously bugs or viruses don't really go away, right? But do you foresee a future like realistically where we will literally have the COVID-19 under control?
Yeah,
through vaccination or whatever.
I think it's possible. Reason for that, number one, I think, as you said, globally, I think we handle it well. I wish that for other viruses we had done the same. Maybe things like HIV, maybe we wouldn't have spread so fast had we contained it. So I'll say because of the improvement in system, the technology, the upscaling, I have faith that we can actually reach that point where we can eliminate the coronavirus.
Well, that's good. Number two, what do you foresee in the future in terms of other viruses and things? Are we going to be seeing any other strange things coming up?
Just that with infections, unfortunately, they are parts and parcel of our lives. You will get it at some point. But of course, with that, just to be on the precautionary side in terms of your hygiene and your healthy lifestyle, it helps to an extent. Even if you do get it, but you don't get complications from that disease or anything.
And animals, can animals get COVID-19?
Yeah, probably. Because most viruses, they come from animals.
Right.
Just because now we eat and people are more experimental, they're eating more animals.
But it really is quite comforting. Do you know that there are people like you who are there 24/7 just researching stuff to make us, look better, feel better, and live longer and live better lives. So I think we all just owe you a thank you. So what is in your future, Ntokozo? What can we expect from you?
No, actually, I'm planning to do a PhD. But as I said, I think I still...
You're going to be a doctor.
I still love the sexually transmitted, but I'm looking at gonorrhea.
This has been so informative, Ntokozo. Thank you so very much. And I think the thing on everyone's mind obviously is around COVID, So if we can open someone's mind, even just slightly, even just a little bit, I think we might have done a great job here. And so where do people find you? How can people follow you on the socials?
Yes, I am.
Yes.
I'm on Facebook, Ntokozo Mzimela. Mzimela. On Instagram, Dr. Ntokozo, the Back Doctor, or it's _ the Back Doctor. The Unbreakable Souls. Yeah. But the Unbreakable Soul is where I teach about the broken heart. With my understanding that if you are broken hearted, it can limit you from reaching your greatest potential.
So thank you so much, Ntokozo. Once again, this has been absolutely fantastic. And thank you to you too, eThekwini. Thank you so much all the time for tuning into our episodes. Thank you for your likes, comments, shares, and subscribe. Please do keep them coming, but most of all, subscribe onto our YouTube channel so you can see this and all other episodes. This has been the 100% Talk Show with Dr. Ntokozo Mzimela. It's been absolutely amazing. Keep yourself safe, wash your hands, eat healthy, and just keep a general hygiene, about you. So yeah, my name is as always Tempe Lavilani. I love you so much, but remember, God loves you more. Come on, cheers.